The story begins with Heather, a young woman who has her entire life perfectly organized. She plans everything down to the last detail: her career, her schedule, her future. She's the kind of person who color codes her calendar and arrives everywhere 15 minutes early. But right now, she is on a European vacation with her two best friends, Connie and Amy, and for the first time in a long time, she is trying to just breathe and enjoy the moment. The three girls are rushing through a train station, bags flying, laughter echoing, racing to catch their final train to Barcelona. Amy, the wild one, spots a handsome stranger on the train and immediately leaves Heather and Connie to go flirt with him. So there they are, just the two of them, settling into their seats, when suddenly a young man climbs up onto the luggage rack directly above them and just lies down to sleep. Heather and Connie exchange a look. Who does that? After a while, the guy wakes up, admits the luggage rack was a terrible idea, and starts talking to Heather. His name is Jack. He is from New Zealand. He is backpacking alone across Europe, not following any map or app or travel blog. He is following his grandfather's old wartime diary, visiting every single place the old man wrote about during the war. There is something about the way he says it quietly, without showing off, that immediately draws Heather in. When they reach the next city, Jack tells the girls he will meet them that night at a club called Incendio, and to everyone's surprise, he actually shows up. He brings his friend Rafe along, who immediately hits it off with Connie. Meanwhile, Jack pulls Heather away from the loud music and the crowd. They sit outside and talk for hours. Jack is unemployed, no plans, no structure. He has worked all kinds of jobs before: a car wash, a supermarket, even with a spiritual medium. He laughs as he lists them. Heather, on the other hand, has studied hard, built a career, and is about to start a serious job at a bank in New York. They could not be more different. Jack smiles and says that a wise man once said the best partners are total opposites. He is quick to add that he does not mean that in a romantic way. Heather rolls her eyes, but she is smiling too. Later that night, Connie leaves with Rafe. Amy is off with a stranger from the train, and Jack invites Heather to do something completely unplanned. He wants to ride the city's cable car at night when it is closed. Heather hesitates for exactly 3 seconds before saying yes. They break the lock, climb in, and spend the entire night talking as the city glows below them. Jack opens up about his grandfather, about why this journey matters to him. Heather admits that this, right here, climbing into a locked cable car with a stranger, is the most spontaneous thing she has ever done in her life. When morning comes, a worker finds them and starts yelling. They wake up to the car already moving and run away, laughing like two people who have known each other for years. Back at the hotel, they find Amy crying. The guy from the train, Victor, stole everything: her money, her phone, her passport. Without missing a beat, Jack steps up. He tracks Victor down, convinces Rafe to join him, and they break into the apartment and take back everything that was stolen, plus a stash of extra cash that Victor clearly took from other people too. Jack suggests they use it to keep the adventure going. Heather raises an eyebrow. Is that right? Well, the guy was a thief. And honestly, dear viewer, what would you have done? They rent a car, explore Barcelona, eat well, and live like they have all the time in the world. Jack is fully present everywhere they go, never on his phone, never rushing to the next thing. But he refuses to be in any photos. He tells Heather that people who spend their whole trip taking pictures are stealing from their own experience. Heather loves her travel photos and takes it personally. She walks away. Jack chases after her and apologizes. Then he does something unexpected. He asks her to stay and keep traveling with him to finish his grandfather's journey together. Heather calls her office and extends her vacation. Just like that, her perfectly planned life takes a detour. Their days together are unlike anything Heather has ever experienced. Every city on their route is a city from the diary. Every landmark carries a story. Jack brings history to life in a way no school ever did. And somewhere between the cobblestone streets and the late-night conversations and the way Jack looks at her when she is not looking back, Heather falls in love. Real quick before things get complicated, and trust me, they are about to, hit that subscribe button right now. It takes 1 second, and it genuinely means everything. Okay, back to Jack and Heather. One afternoon, while they are on a bus, Jack quietly slips away to take a phone call. It is from the hospital. Doctors want him to come in immediately for new scan results. He tells them he will come soon. He says nothing to Heather. Later, while Jack is reading the diary, Heather notices a loose page tucked inside the back cover that he had never seen before. She hands it to him. He opens it slowly. His grandfather's final entry. A small island called Santa Pau, where the locals hold a 6-day dance festival. His grandfather wrote that he wanted to end his journey there, dancing in the face of death. Jack goes quiet reading it. Heather insists they have to go. They have to finish what his grandfather started. On the road to the next stop, Heather finally says what she has been holding inside. She tells Jack she is afraid of what happens when this trip ends. She asks him directly, will he come back to New York with her? Is she the only one scared that this is the end for them? Jack goes still. He does not answer. He walks away without a word. That night, he comes back to her room. He tells her he has thought about it. He has bought a ticket. He is coming to New York with her. Heather can barely breathe. They spend their last night together visiting the final place in the diary. And for the first time, Jack agrees to take a photo with her. Standing together, smiling, the city behind them, a memory instead of just a moment. The next morning, they head to the airport. Everything feels right. Then Jack's phone rings. It is the oncology clinic. The results are serious. He needs to come in immediately. His face changes completely, but Heather does not see it. He tells her he is going to the bathroom and will be right back. But before walking away, he tells her quietly that these past days were the happiest of his life. He never comes back. Boarding time arrives. Heather searches everywhere. She calls, she texts, nothing. She boards the plane with tears building up, hoping he is already seated. His seat is empty. Then one message finally comes through. Just 3 words. I'm truly sorry. She types back desperately, but the message does not go through. He has already blocked her. Heather returns to New York completely shattered. She tells Connie and Amy everything. They are furious on her behalf. They call him a coward who ran from real life. Heather tries to move forward, but she cannot stop replaying every moment, every conversation, every laugh, every late night under city lights. Weeks pass. Connie calls with news. Rafe has proposed. There is going to be a wedding. Heather goes. At the wedding, while dancing with Rafe, she asks if he has heard from Jack. Rafe quietly takes her aside and hands her an envelope. Jack had asked him to deliver it a few months after she returned to New York. Rafe has never opened it. Heather reads it alone. Jack writes that disappearing at the airport was the hardest thing he has ever done. He tells her the truth. He had hidden something from her the entire trip. His cancer had returned. When the doctors called that morning, he knew what it meant. He could not ask her to stay and watch him fade. He could not steal her future to fill what was left of his. He writes that everything he was searching for across Europe, all those cities, all those pages of his grandfather's diary, was never really about history. It was his way of running from the truth. And then he found her. And for the first time, he stopped running. He writes that love is what allows a person to dance in the face of death. Heather puts the letter down. She thinks about the final page of the diary. The island of Santa Pau, the 6-day festival, dancing in the face of death. She looks at the loose page she has been carrying in her bag this entire time. She books a flight. She arrives on the island during the festival. Music fills the streets. People are dancing everywhere she looks. She moves through the crowd, her heart pounding, not even sure what she is hoping to find. And then she sees him, Jack, standing in the distance, looking right at her, smiling like he knew she would come. She walks to him. He tells her softly that he left as he was afraid of stealing her future, that he does not have much time left. Heather looks at him and says exactly what he once told her. We are going to dance in the face of death, Jack. That is exactly what we are going to do. And for the first time in his life, Jack lets someone stay.